everybody. I have just finished episode 10 of Legend of Korra. And I understand. Okay, so normally I wouldn't have, said anything. Because, I am scared of copyright infringement and all that stuff. Because, I don't know. But there's a lot of reviewers out there, but I'm not a reviewer. You'd have to watch it, twice or whatever to just, and then write things down. And it's not what I do. I experience things. I don't tell people. I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. But, anyway, but I have to talk about it. Because finally, they did something that everyone's been thinking about for such a long time. And that's suffocating somebody using airbending. Oh my god, and I know it's dark. Okay, so there's two notes that has to become across with this. First of all, it's dark. So anybody who thinks about it, obviously, it's and airbending's really versatile, So is waterbending, so is earthbending, and firebending. There's you can do quite a bit with firebending, but lightning, to bend lightning, is that was just crazy. It was oh my gosh, you're gonna get so powerful. And then waterbending is just there's so much stuff you can do with it. You can steam. I don't know if you can boil things, to be honest, but I'm sure you can. You can use steam, you can whip, you can solidify stuff, you can make anything out of it. Same thing with earthbending. So earthbending and waterbending, there's so much stuff you can do with it. So those sub-bending Kekkei Genkais, if anything, they were coming out of nowhere, but they made sense, and they were not something you thought of, because blood bending, there's water in the blood. It makes sense. What else can you do? Oh, you can bend the water out of plants. Oh, it's just really smart. Katara bent the sweat off of her body and then used it as to cut things. And then earthbending's really versatile as well, because you can sand bend, which was difficult and all that stuff. And then metal bending was just so far out there, but it made sense. I don't know if it's actually true, to be honest. It's just, oh god, it's just so cool. Anyway, but air didn't have a lot of stuff. Air already had something really cool that it was really special and unique to that one bending. And that's with blood bending and metal bending and lightning. I don't know if you can do. I don't know if it's called lightning bending, because that's just. But it was they had their own special thing. Each one had their own special thing that couldn't be really duplicated in anything else, because water, you can make stuff out of it, but you can do the same thing with earth, and you can do the same thing with fire, because there was an episode with John, the deserter, and there was a guy who could make shapes out of his fire, which seemed really hard, but I guess I'm thinking it more as a kinetic, psychokinetic bending, because the martial arts, I feel martial arts was always there to begin with, and to make it easier for people to bend them, they use their hands, because it just makes sense. But all the muscles, everything, not all the muscles, but everything you move, every single time you move, you're using your brain to tell it. So technically you don't need to use your hands to make something. I can explain it as if you watch Naruto or whatever, you'll read it or whatever, because it comes to the point where you become so good with the jutsu, you only have to make one hand side. You don't have to do the entire hand side anymore. Sasuke is the perfect example, because Lightning Edge. Well, he was taught the Chidori. Chidori and Lightning Blade are two different things. But Sasuke became so proficient with chakra, his nature chakra, that he made a sword out of thin air, just using pure chakra, and it was it's really cool. And the second Hokage, he could do water dragon jutsu. I think it was water dragon, I don't know, but water dragon is 36 hand signs, if I remember correctly, and he did it in one. And anyway, so technically, psychokinetic bending isn't impossible. Um, uh, Noah Talk. What's his name? No, not No Talk's father. I forget what his father's name, but he could do psychokinetic bloodbending, which bloodbending itself is freakishly hard for any waterbender to do. Um, and you could only do it in the full moon. Yeah, he was able to do it whenever he wanted to, and then he stepped it up even further by not needing to move his hands. All you have to do is just concentrate on the the water in people's bodies and just stop them. And then for air, when they do the circle around them to make them fly, he's not doing anything. He's just standing there and it's just there. And then for water, actually, I can't think of any psychokinetic water. Bloodbending. I just said it. Bloodbending. And yeah. So anyway. So you know what I mean. And what the heck? What I was talking about? Anyway, but air is just so versatile, and it was like, so the fact, like, I couldn't think of anything that they would be able to do with people. Because they had flying, like you can literally fly. Aang could fly if he wanted to. They had the glider and everything. So like everyone thought that was its bending thing. But like sub bending, the true form of sub bending, it's so unique, it cannot be copied by another bender. Like, so that's water. That's not water. So it's blood bending, metal bending, and the use of lightning. And air didn't have anything so far. And my friend and I, John, well, he's not my friend, but you know what I mean, a comrade, whatever. Anyway, so we were like, what could they do? And the first thing we thought of, we could suffocate people or whatever. And it was like, and it made sense. It was pretty cool. It can be done, but like, it's too dark. Legend of Korra would never do it. Avatar would never do it. Like, not them as a person. They could do whatever they want. Whatever needs to happen can happen. But like in the show, written by people, Nickelodeon, there you go, would not do it. Because like it's suffocating someone. You're killing somebody, and they would not do that. It's like we thought they were I'm sure everyone thought they were just pushing the boundaries when Noah Talk and Tarlok, maybe. The two brothers, was a murdered suicide right there. But anyway, they finally did it, and you saw her die. It was so intense. The Earth Queen, Zashir. What's his name? Zashir? Zenshin. Hold on, let me. Legend of Korra, season 3. Let me see. It is Zahir. Anyway, well, I thought she died. Oh, anyway, I could have sworn she's dead. We'll find out. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure she's dead. Hold on. Now I gotta check. Let me pause this. I have to pause this for a second. Okay, sorry. I had to look it up to see if she actually is dead. Because, like, I thought, because, I would have liked it. I never liked the Earth Queen, but, like, she's still a person. Like, it's weird. I don't care if people die in real life, but in shows, I'm like, oh my gosh, isn't that just a little too much? But just sucked the... Okay, here's what was really the coolest thing. First of all, Zahir sucked the breath out of her, so she already had no breath to begin with. And if you literally have no air, you'll die in 7 seconds. So, which, when you really think about it, he could have just started sucking the air out to begin with, but he sucked the air out, and then he continued taking the air out, so it was like a vacuum, which didn't make any sense. Because if just, her blood would be boiling and all that stuff, her eyes would have popped out. It wouldn't have looked like that. Because if you're in outer space and air is completely out, well, okay. Think of it like this. If you have like a 30-foot long straw. Okay, so you think of a straw, you're sucking it, you get the water from one side to the other. It comes to a point where if the straw is so long, it's long enough so that the amount of pressure from actually sucking it is causing it to evaporate as it hits a certain point, and then you'll never be able to suck it or whatever. Anyway, so yeah. So like I'm thinking like their blood would be boiling completely. It's just evaporating. And then just tearing off her flesh. But it didn't anyway. So but she died on screen. Like he saw her, and then he was like, "There's this." It looked like she was wearing a helmet, basically a circle helmet, like an astronaut helmet, a bowl basically, and she was grabbing her neck like, oh god, she's choking. Oh guys, you gonna stop? Like, oh, that's really wow. So here, finally something from airbending that no one can do, and then you see her blood vessels popping in her eyes. Like they weren't popping individually, like she just had red eyes, but like from blood vessels popping because of the amount of pressure just shooting at her like from the inside of her head. And then she falls over and it's like she's dead. She's dead. And it was like, oh my god. And then the lava guy, who's an earthbender, but somehow he's able to vibrate the earth to such a degree that it would cause it to turn into lava. And lava's half fire, half whatever. So you think a firebender would be able to square off with him. Anyway. Well, a firebender would be able to stop the fire from happening. And it would only be earth. But he's still a pretty good earthbender. If a strong earthbender was fighting him, they would be able to hold down the earth and it would just make it harder. Anyway, the lava guy burst open the last ring of Ba Sing Se, because there's 3 rings. There's the one ring for the fortress of the entire city, and then you go in and it's like it's the 3rd ring of poverty, and then you go in about a half a mile in, you see a big huge ring again, and then in that ring is the 2nd ring or whatever, the rich people, and then the 3rd ring is, I believe, the queen herself. Like she has her ring to herself. It's either that or the 3rd ring would be the first class, middle class, and then 3rd class citizens. So that was the 3 rings, and then the queen lives in the middle. But Ba Sing Se is a huge place. Anyway, so he breaks down this 1st ring, allowing the what is it called? The 3rd class citizens to go into a 2nd class and higher. And they're, it reminds me of Gotham and Bane trying to take over. And now everyone, let's see if I can do can I do it?
Let the people of Gotham show your true strength.
Okay, that was horrible. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty bad. I don't remember what I was like. I used to be pretty good doing a Bane thing, but I can't remember what he would say, how he would say it. Of course. You just made the biggest mistake.
Not as big as yours.
You're so fat.
That's hurtful.
Anyway, um, but yeah, it reminded me a little. Well, now when I think about it, it reminded me of Gotham. I didn't think of it at the time, but yeah. Anyway, so just had to talk about that. It was a great episode. I really loved this season. The first season was great. The second season was pretty good, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. And this third season is just picking up everything, and I can't wait for the fourth season next year. There's only 3 more episodes left. I'm super. Anyway, so Javen hasn't talked to me. Going to now. I'm done with talking about that. Javen has not talked to me since the 30th. It's been a week and a day. I don't know where he is. I've seen his YouTube channel. He's uploaded one video, I believe, yesterday, which was either he did the video yesterday or the day beforehand. He's submitted an art on DeviantArt, so that means he's at his place, but he's not talking to me. Sorry, burped again. But he's not talking to me. I don't know why. How am I supposed to react to this? You remember how it happened in the first time it happened? We were talking, and then he stopped talking to me, and then I was done saying, okay, fine. And then he started talking to me again 5 months later, going, we need to talk, come on. And then finally I give in. I'm like, okay, what? And then he's like, oh God, we gotta need to work on something. I want to work on something. He's like, okay, cool. And then we did the puppet things, and it was like, oh, I got really excited for this. I'm like, okay, cool. I can't wait for this. And then a week happened. I don't know where he is. I've texted him like 5 times. He's not talking to me. Well, I didn't text him. He has a binger or whatever, which is, he has a computer which acts like a cell phone. Not like an iPad. Like literally on the laptop there's a website. You put the number in of who you want to text to, and you have like this account. Anyway, but he's just not talking to me. I don't understand. And John's gonna be leaving in a month. For 3 months. Or weeks. I'm not entirely sure. But quite some time. 3 something. And I'm gonna be all by myself if Javen isn't back. So what the heck? I don't know. I don't know how to react to it. Do I just leave? If I left, then I don't know. If I left because I didn't care, I wouldn't have cared. But I actually was excited to work on this, so I am personally invested. So if I left, it would look like a putz. So I have no idea. And he hasn't talked to me on DeviantArt. He hasn't sent me a text. He hasn't been calling me. And he has a phone. He has a laptop. He has 6 different ways of communication to me. Of course, 6. I just said 6. I don't really know. Hold on, let me think. There's the computer to the cell phone, the computer with email, computer with DeviantArt. He could call me. Okay, so 4. I was off by 2. Still, that's a lot. I don't know what's up. He says he's a different person. Like, I don't know, that he wants to work with things and make himself better. Yet for some reason he stopped talking to me. I swear to God, if he does start talking to me again, and you're like, well, the reason why I don't want to talk to you anymore is because you'll bring me back down to where I was previously. And then he's gonna blame me. Like, I'll be my own fault for being yet again not being left alone. And I know what you're saying. Well, I don't know what you're saying. But if someone is listening to this and whatever, you can say that, oh, you can get new comrades. No, I can't. I've tried for years. 2. No. Yeah, 2. But I don't know. So, anyway, I talked to John a little bit. And I'm trying to get him to watch Fringe. Because in 2015, May something 2015. Here, let me... The observe... observer invasion. Because there's the observer invasion. There's the observer invasion in Fringe. I'm trying to figure out where that happens. Wait, there's 5 seasons. Oh, in 2015, the observer sees control. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be that, but like they're not telling me when. I could have sworn that there is a time. I could have sworn it was in May for some reason. I don't know why. But in some time in 2015. I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, but there is but there is a moment in 2015 where the observers are supposed to invade our land, and I want John to know about that, so I want him to watch Fringe, and then in 2015, if he's not busy, he would somehow meet up and go to a park, and I guess I'll play as the observer or whatever, and he can play as... No, I don't know, but like one of us will play as the observer, and then I'll like start zooming in, the observers, or whatever. It'll be funny. And anyway, I've also been watching this other show. Well, I mean, I already finished Fringe, but I have restarted the thing again because I was like, I don't know, I love this. I really do like this show. But I've been watching this other show called Continuum, which is about a girl named Kara, and she is an officer in 2077, and she there's this huge terrorists. Well, this Liberate group, which is an enlightened terrorist cell, I guess, blew up this huge building. They were sentenced to death with, and instead of poison or whatever injection, they feed them into this huge beam, and their cells disintegrate to this molecular level, and cellular. You know what I mean? And but beforehand, and basically it's just this huge, powerful beam. But beforehand, they all threw this orange type thing, orange slices, about 8 pieces or a little bit more, and 8 pieces, and they were flung back in time 40 something years ago. Oh no, it was 77, 2000. Well, they were flung back to 65 years ago. Which would be 2 years. It was actually in the past, to be funny, honestly. Anyway, but she was caught into the mix, and she was sent back with them, and now she has to stop the terrorist cell in 2012, find all the pieces, try to get back to her own time. And it's a pretty good show. At first, though, I have to admit, at first they were using modern technology, but putting a little twist on it, but then they used extremely advanced technology, which would be emitting rays of light into somebody's head to make them do whatever you want, and it happened to quite a few people. And then the guy was like, so that's what happened, huh? Yeah. Shoot, that's messed up. I was like, do you even understand how complex that is? And he's just taking it like, oh yeah, I believe it. I was like, I don't know, like that it kind of messed me up. Like, it made me go like, man, he shouldn't have reacted like that. Um, and then I think I'm like in episode 6, I believe. Julian, I hate Julian. I never liked Julian. And then he killed his father, but he's gonna blame Kara for it. He's gonna be like, they they killed him. They killed him. He's not. I mean, I hope he blames himself, but he didn't. I don't think he is. And now he's gonna be in the Liberate group. I hope he gets murdered. I hope he gets shot in the face. I hate him so much. All the other people are pretty cool. All Liberate, they all have their own thing. They're pretty cool. I hated Kellogg at first. I thought he was just too egotistical, but he's pretty good. But then he started to make a move on Kara. I was like, what the heck was that? Anyway. And I, obviously, like, I'm jumping from episode to episode that I've been watching. But, like, and the reason why is because I watched 6, I think. And I'm not going to just go like, okay, episode 1, this happened, episode 2, whatever. I'm just saying my thoughts. Anyway. But, like, wait, Kellogg, seriously? It's just, she's married. And she takes it quite seriously. And I know she feels alone. And I don't know, but, like, he was just being too seductive to in my taste. And Kellogg's pretty smart. There's this really funny bit where Kara, the future girl, is talking to a detective because like she's still a cop and she was able to get a fake ID and all that stuff, and now she's an FBI agent, which is funny. And well, there's quite a few things that happen. Well, okay, so she gets there. And then she has this liquid technology in her brain, which makes her connect to software that hasn't existed yet, or has it. And then she finds out that the younger version of a multi-billionaire, well, 100-billionaire guy into the future who's extremely smart is a small kid now, and he's working on the technology. And they were connected, and they're like kind of best buds. Not really. They met like twice, and he helps her out with her investigations and all that jazz. And anyway, Kellogg, who now isn't or is kind of like he's not really a part of Liberate, but he's kind of neutral in a way, and it's kind of weird. Like he wants to help Kara, but he doesn't want to get involved. He doesn't like Liberate, but he won't do anything about it. Anyway, Kira talks to the little boy. The little boy. He's not little. He's actually 26 years old, but he's playing like a 15-year-old. The guy is gonna look weird when he's older. Anyway, when she what division she's in is a secret division called Sector 6, which isn't real, or at least it shouldn't be. And anyway, so she has like this Sector 6 thing. She goes off from time to time, mostly just to talk to Alex because he can get information out of nowhere because he's just a massive genius. Anyway, Kellogg was there trying to meet Kara for reasons or whatever. And Carlos, her partner at the precinct, that doesn't know anything about this, he recognizes Kellogg, and he's like, "Oh, God," it's like, I know you from somewhere. He's like, "Yeah, oh, you were the guy. I remember you, who had a gun to his head." Second episode, whatever. And he's Kellogg, not Kellogg, but Carlos, the detective, was. I was assuming he probably was thinking that Kellogg was a part of Liberate, but. Okay, so he's like, I thought he was thinking that he was part of Liberate. He's like, you were Sector 6, and Kellogg is like, Sector 6? She told you about Sector 6? It was such a nice play. Like, oh gosh, because like he was like, no, he said Sector 6. Like, what are you talking about? And a split second, he played off it so well. It was so great. So let me just redo the thing. He's like knocking on the door. He's like, I know you from somewhere. No, I don't. Like, no, you don't. It's like, yeah, I do. I've known your face. No, that can't be true. Yeah, I do. You're the guy. You're the guy who had a gun to his head. You know, the shooting. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, what are you doing for? I'm waiting for Kara. Why? I just need to talk to her. You're Sector 6. Sector 6? She told you about Sector 6? No. Good. Well, I need to talk to her. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, besides that, though, that was yesterday. But today, I woke up a little late. I woke up at 8:50 something. Walked what you do. She defecated, came back inside, started playing Uncharted 2. And, well, first of all, I started watching Saw, the first movie, with an audio commentary with Lee Winnell, James Wan, and Carrie Ellis. And it's just, their guys are so funny. Like, it's just so hilarious. Because, like, Saw is a pretty dark movie. And then they're just laughing the entire time. It's like, I can't even explain. Just doing impersonations of each other. It's pretty funny. But then I wanted to play a game. I've been wanting to play a game for such a long time. I wanted to go to Pan America. So I was like, I'll play something. And I was like, I haven't played Uncharted 2 in such a long time. Like, I was getting pretty far in it because I was replaying the entire game. I was like, I wonder why I stopped. And the moment I put it in, I remembered, it's because I kept on dying at this one part. That's why I stopped. And, but I finally got past it. Great. And then I remembered all the most difficult things that were about to happen. I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be so difficult now. But I beat it. I beat it in like, it was from, it was like 10, it was probably from 10 to about 12. No, 10 to about 2. So, that's like, that's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's 5 hours. Took me about, well, no, not 5 hours. Probably four something. And that was like literally the last bit. So it was like 4 hours times. It was like 20 hours of gameplay in that thing. So it was like pretty good. And I was just amazed because I really liked the game. And I can't wait for the fourth one. Too bad I can't play it because that's on the PlayStation 4. I don't have one. But there's a lot of games that I really want to play. I want to play Batman Arkham Knight, Uncharted 4. I want to play it. Well, I do want to play The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but at the same time, I don't. I want to Watch Dogs, Infamous Second Son, Last of Us Remastered. Yeah. Anyway. But I probably will not be able to play that for a long time because it's what is it, $400, and it's pretty expensive. So anyway, so yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to think right now. But I can't really, to be honest. Oh, I thought I just saw something. Sorry, I just remembered something. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's it for today. I'm gonna do this, render the video, put it on YouTube, and this one's a lot more, I'm sure this one's a lot more fun to listen to than last time. And I'm probably gonna try to take a nap because I'm kind of tired. My younger sister's gone, and I don't know when she's be coming back. But hopefully, my younger sister, who's here, but hopefully she'll stay up and be able to hear the door being knocked on if she does come back before Mother. And most likely tomorrow, I'll go to Pan America to get a game. And also, I haven't been able to talk about this, but on my birthday, which was 5 days ago, my God. My mother's birthday. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a little depressed about my birthday. Was that my younger sister had a graduation party 15 days prior, and there was a lot of food we had to eat from that place, a lot of grilled food and all that stuff. So when they came by, made more grilled food, and bought this huge cake, we were just done eating cake and he just got another one. I was depressed because no one wanted to eat it. I've been eating my own cake. What the heck? And it just makes me really depressed that, I don't know. And I've been asking for an ice cream cake for years. I gotta wait until next year. So, anyway, I guess that's it. But so I'm gonna get this done, render it, upload it to YouTube, and yeah. Apparently, both my younger sister and my older sister now completely enrolled in college or whatever. So they're gonna be off, and my youngest sister will be off as well. I don't remember what grade she's in. Hopefully, she's in 11th, because if she's in 12th, that's gonna be so annoying. Because I don't know. Well, I mean, I do know, because then she only has 1 year left, and then she'll be stuck here with me. How annoying is that? Anyway. Okay. I'll leave now. I guess I haven't been working on the... Okay, well, the motion comic, now I can say it, is Avatar The Rift Part 1. And I'm just stuck on this page because it's just so much to work on this one page. Because there's only 3 panels on the page, so it's cut into 3. So it's like a third of the page that I have to work on. It's like this huge thing. Anyway. Okay, now I'm leaving. All right, bye.